Alright, into Circus Tower. Circus. Circus, circus, circus. Where's the clowns? I feed the kitties right before I go to bed. So, ideally I'd feed them every 8 hours, but usually I'm at work, if you count commute times, for 9 to 10 hours, so it's not quite that. But I try to feed them 3 times a day, roughly 8 hours apart. So I basically feed them when I get home from work, when I go to bed, and then when I leave in the morning. It used to be 4 times a day, but that was when I could use the auto feeder, and that's kind of what caused Pele to put on like 8 pounds. And I don't know how the kitties would... I feel like they'd fight for the food, which could be bad. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. So I've been trying to think of an auto feeder solution so that when they're not on their diet anymore, they could eat. I feel like Pele was a lot happier when she was eating. Well, not a lot happier, but I feel like she begged for food a lot less enthusiastically when she was able to eat every 6 hours. But I just need to figure out a way that they both get fed and either one of them is overeating when that happens. Yeah. It's like I could get 2 and that might work. I don't know. Sometimes Luna doesn't like dry food. So I'm also worried that Pele may end up eating both of them, both servings sometimes. So it's just something I've not quite figured out how I'm going to deal with yet. There are microchip feeders. I could try something like that. I think if I feed her in the morning and put like dry food in a bowl in like a different spot, she'd probably at least wait a few hours before eating it. I don't think she'd just eat all the food at once. But yeah, it's a tough thing to solve. Alright, we are in the Circus Tower, onto the first boss. So, this dungeon, they tried a bunch of different mechanics, kind of learned from the first time, so it is quite different, honestly. So we have less of these kind of split that group up into 3 different teams to do things, a little more everyone's working together. So this one has some interesting mechanics. People get targeted by these kind of purple orbs, and they have to run them to these like platforms to basically absorb the energy. Okay, so like I did right now, so this orb's gonna chase me, and so we have to run it over here so that the energy gets absorbed, all while avoiding the staff. So there we go, and you can see it lit up yellow. And then the fire orbs. There's also fire and ice orbs. If you get targeted by an ice orb, there's nothing you can do, you just get frozen. But people that get fire orbs can run it through you to unfreeze you. So there's a lot of teamwork and kind of watching out. There's also these water pools that are supposed to stand there right there. You take a lot less damage from for each player. Normally, if I didn't have as good of gear as I do, that would have one-shot me because I wasn't paying attention. But thankfully we survived. But that is Scylla. And you can get her armor set in-game, which is pretty cool looking. And this one also has 5 or 6 bosses. We are on to the second one. Fighting all the clones. But yeah, a lot of smart home things for cats I feel like stop working when there's more than one pet involved. I guess some of the smart litter boxes still kind of work. But yeah, anything with food is just so complicated. But yeah, long story short, that is why I feed them, why they're always begging for food and want me to like wrap up the stream. So I usually feed them, not literally right before I go to bed, but basically when I'm getting ready for bed. So if I take a shower, brush my teeth or whatever, feed them sometime while doing that. But they know that as soon as I get up from here and go downstairs that they're getting food pretty soon. And it's usually about between like 12 and 2 o'clock, depending on the day. Yeah, I got a little bit tired of Pele waking me up at like 6 a.m. begging for food, so I started feeding her a little bit more again this week. But today I was good, and I'm gonna try to stick with it. But hopefully if I give her a couple cheat days here and there, she'll be a little more happy. This fight's really straightforward, just don't stand in the scary looking circles, and you win. There actually is kind of a clown in this raid. Sort of. You'll see him when we get there. I just remembered that. It's not really a clown, but I don't know how. I'll let you decide. Maybe some clown-like elements. It's so pretty here. We're climbing the tower. Yeah, I love the crystal tower. I wish it was this pretty in Strangers of Paradise. They went with the more like gritty, crystal, like roughness to it. Like it was cool running through it, but I wish it had looked more like this. I definitely prefer this style a little bit more. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed in that game, looking back on it now. The fighting was really fun, but I mean, I didn't finish it, so that kind of says a lot about it. I don't know what it was, like so much of it seemed so well done. They had all the Final Fantasy this. Isn't he kind of clown-like? It's like a magician clown. This is Amon. This is the guy they were talking about that figured out how to clone people. He's apparently very smart. So we're already fighting the second. I think he's the second last boss in here. But yeah, Amon is a very memorable name in the Final Fantasy franchise. And you can also get his armor and mask and hat stuff too, so I have seen quite a few players running around with this get up on. It's very loud. It stands out in the crowd quite often. I'm a frog! Frogs kill the snakes. Alright, this is kind of the same mechanic as the rocks. He does the cast, you have to stay behind the ice or you die. And we're good. But yeah, it is almost dead. We are killing it. No clowns allowed. Inconceivable. Right, yeah, see. Oh. So that's what we look like in his armor. And we're already on the final boss. This is a really quick one. I think this is the quickest one. We're also doing it even quicker than normal. Oh, cutscene. It's him. You fight valiantly, mortals. To no avail. I have no idea. That is a great question. I think they're just an extravagant culture. It's like a Hunger Games thing. Absolute darkness draws nigh. Soon it will be unleashed. I started the fight. That's fine. So, you need people to stand in those circles, otherwise they detonate and do a bunch of damage. And then he disappears, and you have to kill these orbs that spawn, or they summon stars that fall and do a bunch of damage, basically. Then he comes back and oh, there is one other mechanic. Have to stack. And then we need to stand in the circles because it elevates us off the ground and he causes a giant earthquake. Kind of like what crashed the Crystal Tower. And then we fall back to the ground and you have to run away from the explosion. And that's the fight. So just keep repeating those mechanics and you win. Yeah. On a slightly more serious note about the outfit, I think that's what his outfit was in the other Final Fantasy game he was in, which I think was 3 or 4. So they just made him look the same. That's kind of an out-of-universe answer, which they usually... They don't let other games kind of decide too much. Like if it got in the way of the story, they would not have done it that way. Okay, avoid the earthquake. And he's pretty much done. Waited like 15 minutes for 15, or we waited 50 minutes for 15 minutes of playing the game. Emperor Zonde is defeated. And we're on top of the Crystal Tower. Dude, we climbed a long way. That thing's like thousands of feet tall. Circus tower complete. We've got some good stamina. Alright, actually, what did we get? Oh, we got a wind-up onion knight. New minion. Oh, I can't summon him here. Never mind. We also got some armor. Yes, this is us as Amon. Quite the little outfit. Oh, we don't have the pants on. There we go. What do you think? Should we save it? Is this our new outfit? Is this the fearsome warrior of light? Oh, of course. It's a bard outfit, of course. This is definitely exactly what a bard would wear. That's really funny. Yeah, the bunny ears make it even better. It's like go from this to that. Quite the change. Alright. Hope we destroyed the remnants of the Allegan Empire just like that. That doesn't seem good. That seemed a bit Asian, if I had to guess. Lyoki! Gotta get those steps in somehow. You did it! You defeated Emperor Zonde! Empires may rise and fall. Man's indefatigable spirit ever lives on. Truly, you are the champion we had hoped for, Lyoki Oshifern. With Emperor Zonde now at eternal rest, his dark legacy may be undone. Don't like this. Nero. What are you playing at now, Nero? In case you haven't noticed, Godland, these are dangerous surrounds. Can a man be faulted for exercising due caution? At any rate, you needn't mind me. I'm perfectly capable of looking after myself. Go on and finish what you came to do. There are two ways that we may seal off Circus Tower. Either isolate it from the outside world, or cripple its ability to produce energy. The choice of method is yours to make. Before you proceed, however, Doga and I must needs attend to a task. Are we not going to talk about this thing? What you doing? That distortion? What is it? I don't like this. The power that Zonde sought to obtain comes from the void, the world of darkness, our people call it. And the true nature of that power was none other than the armies of Voidsent. Voidsent feed on Aether, as you may already know, and no place is richer in it than ours. In exchange for their allegiance, Zonde entered into an unholy covenant. He would open a gate through which the Voidsent could freely enter our world. The covenant, I'm afraid to say, is still in effect. However, being of the Emperor's lineage, Unai and I believe that we can annul it. By his blood, Sande sealed his dark pact. By our blood, it shall be undone. It is time. Yes, Doga. Finally, we may fulfill our purpose. Hey, Luna. Oh. Be still, my beating heart. For a moment I feared that this outing world would end in disappointment, but my readings were not mistaken. Not even the Ultima weapon compares to this. Nero, no! What are you going on about? Dude, what did he do? Dude, why did we let him up here? The Covenant is everlasting. It's bigger! Oh, that's not good. Who dat? Oh, there's a lot of them. He's the void sim. Ugh. My head. Oh, flashback time. Oh. He's so big. And so Mare City is brought into the fold. Soon all the world shall be united under Allegan rule. And yet, with every dream that becomes reality, the memory of death grows ever more vivid, an endless void, bereft of light and warmth. Though I may have defeated death, it did not leave me unscathed. Nay, its ravening claws have scarred my soul for eternity. Never shall I know peace. Beings without will, you cannot fathom my rage, my melancholy, my fear. What worth is wealth and power when all must inevitably be consigned to nothingness? If man hath nothing, he need not know the pain of loss. So let there be nothing. Harvest more power that the gate may be thrown full open. Let the cloud of darkness come and engulf the world, devouring all life, hopes, and dreams. Let all be returned to nothingness. My head. Nice shot, Graha! Graha, Graha. Lyoki, pull yourself together. Is there no end to them? What in the seven hells is happening? Ah. Ah. Not now, damn it. Oh. Sid, no. Wow. Nice job, Sid. Oh. Ow. Nero. At least he's fighting on our side for now. Nero, were they part of your grand plan too? Save your japes, Garland. I didn't put up with your arrogant face to play with worthless clones. Something controls them. A void scent. No ordinary one at that. Doga! Oh. That's not good. He gone. yeeted through the hole. No. Not you two. Found it. Without them, there's no way to master the darkness. That power is mine. Ah. Oh. Oh, they both gone. Nero! Ah. The covenant shall be honored. I am the cloud of darkness. I shall devour your light and return this world to the void. Damn it, the rift is gone. What are we supposed to do now? As much as it pains me to leave without them, there's precious little we can do. Let us return to the find and consult Rambrose. Uh-huh. No. Oh. All the new people all just got thrown through a hole in the void. Wish Nero would have at least told us what was going on. Trying to decide. Part of me wants to go till we get to the next wing. Maybe I can just do that off stream, so we don't have to wait another 50 minutes next time we play. But I'm also fine calling it here if it is late. All this happened within the tower. Gods preserve. The rift that manifested before the throne was a void gate. Of this I'm certain. There exist myriad kinds of void scent. The more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for it to pass through. It would seem that Zonde sought to open a gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow this cloud of darkness entry into our world. Fortunately for all of mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to think what this void scent is capable of. However dreadful it may be, we cannot abandon our friends. Is there no way to save them? I will not lie to you, Master Garland. The situation is bleak. Though void scent can enter our world, instances of men entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but we do not even know whether our friends still live. Damn it. I feel so helpless. No. I refuse to give up. We must save Doga and Unai. We share the same eye, 'tis true. That is not what motivates me. Above all, I wish to help them to fulfill their mission, a mission whose burden they have borne for thousands of years. And besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. So long as Zonde's dark covenant is binding, our world is in danger. 'Tis our duty to prevent the worst from coming to pass. Graha. Ever since meeting Unai and Doga, you have not quite been yourself. Tell me true. Is all well with your eye? I honestly cannot say. I know only that there is a memory that I must recall. As a child, my father told me the truth of our eye rests with Aleg. The answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it. I am with Graha. However slim the odds, we must try to save Unai and Doga. Aye, and that bastard Nero as well. If only to make certain that he won't make any more mischief. You have the right of it. Though we have not known them but briefly, Doga and Unai are our comrades. We cannot fail them. Yeah. It's fine. Can hang out with all the Void Sent. Study their power levels with his little toy, whatever. Shall consult experts in literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Yet know that it may be a while before we are ready to act. I would ask that you all be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray rest now while you can. When the time comes to go after our friends, you must be at no less than full strength. Save them yet, Leoki. Mark my words. Alright. Circus Tower. Halag is no more, but now we have Void Sent to worry about. Alright. If you're good to keep going, I am as well. Ah, Leoki, it is good you are come. I have news you must be made aware of. Alas, none of it bodes well for us, nor for Unai, Doga, and Nero imprisoned in the Dark Realm. Think back upon your last foray into Circus Tower, if you will. The calamity stirred the place from its long slumber and awoke Emperor Zonde, but you, Leoki, who ensured he was laid to rest permanently. Yet the Emperor has sealed a binding covenant with the terrible void sent known as the Cloud of Darkness. Even as Doga and Unai labored to annul this contract, the entity reached through a rift and dragged the pair of them and Nero out of our realm. Since that day, Noah has devoted itself to rescuing Unai, Doga, and Nero from beyond the rift. Our research, however, has exposed a far more dire problem. The Crystal Tower still acts upon Emperor Zonde's orders and collects energy to open another void gate even as we speak. Indeed, the place nigh hums with energy. We've done all we can to stop the Imperial Edict, but to no avail. Just as the gate would open only for Unai and Doga, so too will the tower heed only those with the royal blood of Alag. It is a most galling design. Granted, this was not always so vexatious, according to the Allagan tombstone Nero presented us. During the golden age of Alag, the royalty had some means of bestowing their blood upon others. If they hadn't such a technology, Amon and his underlings could never have controlled the Crystal Tower. We do not have either this art or any with royal blood. Every moment we wait, a vast rift through which the Cloud of Darkness can enter our realm threatens to open. Such a disaster cannot be allowed to come to pass. We must seal the Crystal Tower and annul Zonde's covenant with the Dark Realm. If only breaking the ladder would suffice. Then what of the energy building in the Crystal Tower? Without suppression, that power could discharge and cause a calamity like to the one that destroyed Alag. In truth, we have more than just 3 lost compatriots to worry about. If we do not act, our very world will fall before the might of this threat. We know but one way out of this predicament. Rescue those who can control the tower from beyond the Dark Realm, and seal the rift shut after them. And mercifully, not all our news is quite so bleak. 'Tis true we cannot stop the Void Gate from manifesting within the tower, but this can be to our benefit. We can use Circus's power for our own purposes and create a portal to carry us into the Dark Realm. Alright, let's do it. Yeah. We have heard this is possible from a man of the Thaumaturge's Guild well versed in otherworldly matters. With Master Garland working to create said portal, the final preparations are well underway. Ah, here comes the man himself. Leoki, just the man we needed. Yes, our fellowship is indeed complete, and all parties privy to our strategy. And you, Master Garland, how fare your endeavors? Quite well. The device is nearly ready. Though attaching the damnable thing to a circus tower took every ounce of ingenuity the Ironworks has got, but it should produce the energy we need. Just a little more fine-tuning, we can open a rift. I'm here to request your presence at the tower. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge at the 8th Sentinels as guides. Do hurry, Lyoki. I'm sure you wouldn't miss another chance to save the world, would you? Uh-huh. Save the world again. That's what I do. Well, Sid certainly seems to have a firm hand on the helm. Shall we make our way to the Crystal Tower? Uh-huh. Alright, back to the Crystal Tower. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I found it. Got turned around. The Crystal Gate. Oh, come on. Really? Gonna attack me? It already started fading out. I'm so good about avoiding these. There we go. Try this again. One more time. One more time. One more time. Oh, I cannot fly. Almost jumped off the cliff there. The 8 Sentinels. Alright, Wedge. What's the situation? Lyoki, I bet you're here to watch us pry open a rift between worlds, eh? We're almost ready. Circus Tower is full of engineers scurrying around and making adjustments. We're dealing with a lot of power. If a single cup leaks off, well, boom! But it should be fine. Really. Anyway, you'd best wait at the top. The chief's there overseeing the whole operation. That was reassuring, Wedge. Thanks. Graha and Lyoki. My friends, you've arrived. Just waiting for my engineers to give the signal. Then we'll see if we can't open a gateway to another world. That's pretty much what it was. It'll probably be fine, hopefully. Is there something amiss, Graha? Ah. Emperor Zonde's throne. How the mighty have fallen, eh? Once it stood as a symbol of Alleg's art and power. Now, it's nothing more than an empty chair. Just imagine if Allegan civilization had lived on, and a just emperor still sat on that throne. How different would our history be? How much further would we have advanced? Unfortunately, there was no stopping Zonde in his ambition. There were those who tried. Zonde's War of Dominion left no one unscathed, unable to abide the horrors inflicted upon the people. Warriors, young and brave, took up the sword against Alleg. These men and women became as beacons of hope to those who had suffered, not unlike the warriors of light in our age. But all this merely hastened the destruction. Just as they moved toward Alleg's heart for the kill, Zonde lashed out in anger and frustration, as trapped beasts are wont to do. In his desperation, Zonde desired that a great rift be opened to hasten the cloud of darkness's coming. To this end, he commanded the sun's power, held within Dalamud, be emptied unto Sickest Tower at once. The act bore terrible consequences. The tower only withstood the blast by flooding the land below with energy. Circus was swallowed by the very earth upon which it once stood. The fourth umbral calamity. I'd learned of its cause from Unai and Doga. I had no idea that rebellion incited Zonde to rashness, though. Your knowledge of elegant history is astounding, Graha. Why, a man could study for 2 lifetimes and only learn half of what you know. Mayhap. It is strange, though. I cannot seem to remember where I learned such things. Bro, what is Graha's deal? That's so mysterious. Yes? Ah, Biggs, are you ready? Ready and raring to open up that void gate, Chief. We reckon when this machine's up and running, she'll be able to float 5 airships the size of the Agrius. So just give us the word and we'll start channeling energy into the tower. Good. Then let's get started. I know, I want answers. Why do we just keep getting more questions? Our preparations are complete. Everyone, step away from the throne. Alright, let's see what this machine can do. Now, Biggs. Are you sure we're a safe enough distance away? Dum, dum, dum. It's working. Oh, yep. That is the darkness. Wow. Yeah! Hurrah! We did it. Ah, a rift to the world of darkness, as Unai called it. Splendid work, Master Garland. We can't break out the mead just yet. The tough part's still ahead. We've broken into the Dark Realm, but the gate's not all that stable. It won't stay open forever. Only a few can use it. I, for one, will remain here to ensure the Void Gate stays open. As will the Sons of St. Cognac. This rift is our sole path to salvation. If it closes, we are all truly lost. Which leaves Leoki. My friend, it is a heavy burden I must task you with. There are none more able. Pray, lead the adventurers beyond the rift. I do not know what awaits you, save the cloud of darkness and our 3 comrades. But you must go, for the fate of our world now rests upon your shoulders. This is our only gambit, but I have every faith you will succeed. It will be no small feat to return after you have passed beyond the rift. Make certain you are prepared before leaving. Uh-huh. I guess I'm off. Might I have a moment of your time, Leoki? There's a matter of import we must needs discuss ere you leave. Are we gonna get answers? Please, talk to me. I want answers. What are you not telling me? What are you not telling me? Grahatia. Oh. Crystal Tower. Okay, sorry. Can't help but take pictures. Everything's so pretty. Alright. Leoki, I wish to speak to you about my eye. As you are no doubt aware, 'tis a trait seen only amongst Allegan royalty. Long have I pondered why such is my inheritance. The sanguine hue must have some bearing upon my destiny. This much Doga himself admitted. But what? In truth, the more I learn of the Crystal Tower, the less I am myself. Somehow, meeting those two clones has wrought great change in me. I'm consumed with remembering something ancient, but ever so important. And my father's words echo in my mind, the self-same ones his father told him. The truth of our eye rests with Allag. Mayhap what I wish to remember and these words are related. Mayhap not. But I know I must learn the truth that history hides from me. I would see this journey, our journey, through to the very end with mine own two eyes. So I implore you, allow me to join you beyond the rift. Okay. You have my thanks, my friend. Now, let us venture into the world of darkness to save our comrades and our realm. The world of darkness, now accessible. One more picture. It's too pretty! Nighttime sky, glowing crystal tower. It's too much. I can't deal with it. Where's the entrance? Here's the entrance. The world of darkness. Raha reveals his inner struggle. Though he has learned the hue of his eye marks him as close to Allag, he does not know why. However, he feels instinctively that he must accompany you beyond the rift. You gladly accept his offer of company, and ready yourself to pass through the Void Gate and rescue your 3 lost comrades. Right? Like, what if this was your office? That'd be cool. Work in a glowy crystal tower that absorbs energy from the sun. Wait. Is the crystal tower just like a giant solar panel? They just figured out how to make an entire building a solar panel? Is that what happened? Could kind of see a giant solar panel being reflective like that. Alright, so I put us in queue. I don't know if it'll pop. I may try to do it tonight, either way. Yeah, just because it is difficult. I am going to try to move Leoki over to the American servers as soon as basically as soon as the service comes back online, so that we don't have to deal with playing on European servers at 6 in the morning there. So hopefully this is the last time we have to wait this long. We'll still have to wait for stuff, but we're on US servers. There's at least a lot more people playing, so. So, fun Final Fantasy fun fact. I've not played this one, but the raid that we're about to do, which is the World of Darkness, is basically a direct recreation of the final dungeon in Final Fantasy III, which was also called the World of Darkness. They did make some changes for story stuff, but pretty much all the enemies in the fights are just a giant kind of homage to the Final Fantasy III version. So someday I do want to still go through all the Final Fantasies, but yeah, it was just a really cool thing that anyone who played all other Final Fantasies like instantly recognized, and it's probably really cool because Final Fantasy III was very much 2D, very old game, like barely above pixel graphics in a way. And so to see it kind of in the Final Fantasy XIV graphics, I think was a very cool thing for all FF fans. But yeah, so all the fights we're about to do were kind of originally from there, which I just think is a really cool thing. And I love how, yeah, they just kind of respect all the other Final Fantasy games and try to... This tells its own story and it's its own game, but it also kind of honors the legacy of the series in a really cool way. Hey, Pele. I know, you want food. Okay. Oh, I thought we might get lucky and get an early queue. Maybe not. It's just really unfortunate we can't make any, like, meaningful progress. While we're waiting. It's so empty. That's not where I wanted to go. Greetings, I take it you've come to see me about a retainer. Alright, we can't do that. Right. You should get retainers. Basically, retainers are your banks, and they also can do quests for you and a couple other things. It also means we get to design them. Get to create your own characters for the retainers. So who would Leoki's retainers be? There can be 2 of them. I'm not sure. Just see what I'm feeling in the moment. To this. Go to Eastern Thanalan. Where's the other one? Too many buttons. Eastern. Okay. Looks good. Might as well do some leveling up while we can. Where are the nannies? I feel like the nannies are up here. Corpse shredding. Nope. I don't know how I knew that. Okay, sounds good. Do you want me to back out of queue so you can see it? Let's see. Maybe I'll do that. If we do it first thing next time we start, the queue will be Yeah. Oh wait, because there is some story, and I don't want you to miss that. But yeah, that sounds good. Then yeah, I think that's where we will end for today. Yeah, hopefully it can bring Lyoki over to NA servers. Otherwise, I'll try to stream a little bit early so that as soon as you get on, we can hop in queue before it's 5 a.m. in EU to actually, yeah, do this next alliance raid.